Hello, this is Robert with a small video on the trades that were taken last night and coming into a new session. It is July 24th, and this is just a review of the trades that we were in last night. Now, I have been watching these charts. As you can see, I have the Euro New Zealand and the Pound New Zealand, Euro Aussie and the Pound Aussie, and I also watched the Aussie dollar and the New Zealand dollar because they are all correlated. If I see something happening on the New Zealand dollar, I'm also watching. It's giving me clues on what's going to happen on the Euro New Zealand as well as the Pound New Zealand. Now, sometimes the pound dollar, or just the pound and the euro, sometimes one is stronger than the other and they don't move as much, or they move more than the other. So last night we have really good reasons to sell. I had been anticipating a break and I had been long on all these pairs, or short on all these pairs, and I had been watching the New Zealand dollar and the Aussie dollar carefully for clues as to what direction that we were going to go in. Now, the New Zealand dollar gave us a lot of signs for a sell-off, which meant that the Euro New Zealand and Pound New Zealand would rally, and which in fact that it did. First of all, uh, I had been bearish on these pairs, anticipating a break through this support level. We are at a buy zone though, and so I was being careful. This wick right here, these false breaks at previous resistance, now turned support, or just it was just in the buy zone. And we can see on the Pound New Zealand, it is much clearer. This level right here. And this was last night. And as you can see right now, we are again in that previous level. And this is a good setup, it looks like, for a color change candle at previous support after it had basically done its entire range, 170 pips, and we are going north. If I look on the higher time frames, there's a trend line at these swing points, and we go into the daily, how the daily is closed. So we have false break here, another false break at this support level, and so I don't really want to take the trade going north, even though I know that I can make at least a few, probably capture a few pips on it, and risk is minimal. So anyways, back to where we were last night. A lot of clues that we were going to head north. This is on the New Zealand dollar, previous resistance. If we go onto the daily, it was also previous support. There's a red horizontal line. 4 hour, we have an exhaustion candle at this previous highs right here, and also on the 1 hour I have found that we had divergence on the 1 hour. Stochastics is moving down, price is moving up, false breaks. That's at least 3 reasons. The false breaks, which is the most important, which is the price action, which is what the candles are telling you, at previous support, now turned resistance, stochastics heading down, it's overbought, divergence, many good reasons to sell this, and so should have went over to the New Zealand dollar and the pound dollar and looked for an entry to go long. Now, if we look at the 4 hour on the Pound New Zealand, yes, previous support came down and up over 150 pips. And so, and same with the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar last night. This big candle is a news release. I had been following along with the trades in the trade room and impulsively entered a sell on the pound New Zealand. And what happened if we go onto the 15-minute chart? Right at 9:45, it turned around, shot up, and I did not place a stop loss above these highs. I had just taken it somewhere down here around there, and I ended up getting out at about a 50 pip loss, which was terrible. One of my trading rules is to never take a trade impulsively just because I see the market move, and also to always place a stop loss. Always place a stop loss. Place it above the swing high, and that way when a news release comes out, I'm not scrambling to close out a position that's going against me. And after I'd taken those losses, I did not want to enter another position right away and get back in going the opposite direction. First, I had been going long here, then I exited that. I did not want to immediately reverse my position. First of all, I didn't want to trade the New Zealand dollar or the Aussie dollar because these don't move that much. But just today alone, Aussie dollar has put in almost 200 pips. That is a very good move. That's a very good move for the Aussie dollar, as well as the New Zealand dollar. Not as much, only about 100, but still 100 pips is 100 pips. And on a good setup, it's worth taking. But anyways, a lot of reasons to sell the New Zealand dollar. If the New Zealand dollar goes down, Euro New Zealand and Pound New Zealand should go up, and that is exactly what they did. And should have been going long on these pairs, should not have been trying to sell when all the signs are telling you that it's a buy. We have these wicks, false break above these, opens and closes right here at previous support. Sorry, I know it's kind of hard to see when I have them all lined up together. Right here. This is last night coming into the Asian session, right there, at this buy zone, previous support level. If it had cleared these levels, if it had closed above this level, and then cleared these levels, that would have been an excellent opportunity to sell. Those would have been the good signs to sell. And we would have also seen it on the New Zealand dollar. The Aussie dollar, a little more crazy, but still very good signs to sell the Aussie dollar as well as buy the Euro Aussie and the Pound Aussie. Yes, I have previous support and resistance drawn here. We have this color change candle. This is the 4-hour chart, color change candle. It comes up, closes below here, and then it sells off. We go into the 1 hour. Yeah, it made sense to go long, but we should have waited. Should have waited for the 15-minute candle to close, and then to trade off of that. This is this white candle right here. This is the 15-minute candle, as you had said. Just wait and trade the breakout. That would have been an excellent trade. Same with the Euro Aussie and the Pound Aussie. Excellent setup to go long. Before the candle had closed, it was a big bearish candle, and I had actually taken a long position, which was one of the trade recommendations, and I had set my target somewhere up here. As soon as the news release came out last night, it spiked up, hit my target. I got 50 pips out of the Euro Aussie as well as the Pound Aussie. I've been buying up here at these levels. A little bit risky because it's right there at support, and it had broken down through that, and the market was just very, very little volume, not doing anything at all. News release came out, spiked up, hit my target for 50 pips, and so at that point, I had no positions open. I had my pips. I could have stayed on the sidelines and watched to see what would happen as the news was digested, and then continue on with the trade. But it came down, and at the time, this wick area was it was all black, and we had entered selling position down here. And on the one, yeah, this previous level of resistance, which was support, a very bad place to take a trade. Very bad place to enter short. And on top of that, to not put a stop loss in, it spiked up in a matter of seconds, and we had gotten out, or got a 50 pip loss on the Euro Aussie as well as the Pound Aussie. But that's what happened, and I had managed to make up all of my losses today. But this is just a short video letting you know. Just an analysis on the trades that were taken last night, and now we're coming into a new session. And see you guys there. Thank you.